sure.
All right. Oh, good deal. We are live. All right, check. Yeah, it's just echoey in here. I can hear it in my ears. We got to get some soundboard in here. Happy Wednesday, folks. I see some people piling in. Brooke and I are just starting to go live. Day one, really, in the studio with everything working properly, where we're streaming to, 3 or 4 different outlets. So in the comments, let me know if you guys can't hear or see. Let me know. It looks like everything's good on our end. I can see audio. I can see myself on the screen. So hopefully you can see us. But get into it. If you don't know who we are, Brooke and I have been coming live on here for over 5 years to educate on your VA benefit. You can read the big old sign on what this is. We do this. Dr. Mother has been great working with. Hey, thank you, Doc. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Sweet.
So we do this because it's very simple, you guys. The VA wrote out the guidelines to your awesome benefit. However, they don't lend a penny. And when they don't lend a penny, it's up to all the different banks and credit unions and mortgage companies to decide kind of what they want to keep and what they want to overlay from that benefit. The trouble is when you go in and you run into a company that overlays it, they don't tell you, we've overlaid the VA benefit. There's other lenders that will do this. Here's how it actually works. They just go, that's the VA benefit. And that's not true, right? But you think it is. And so you go and someone else asks and you go, I just ran through this. This is the benefit, but you're wrong. And now they're wrong, and so on and so forth. Nobody's fault other than these companies, but you end up with a whole community that doesn't understand their benefit. Brooke and I run Veterans Lending Group, which is a VA-focused mortgage team, number one VA team at the number one retail lender in the country, Cross Country Mortgage. We've been doing this for myself a little over 15 years, for Brooke a little over 500. And essentially, anything that we teach you here today, we finance. We do lend in all 50 states. We have a team in Puerto Rico, so if we can help you out, we'd love to. But otherwise, it's a live Q&A. You guys throw questions up in the chats. We see them, we answer them, we respond in the order in which they come. It will get very busy. Now it's kind of the free time, and with that, I'm going to throw it over to Brooke.
Okay, Namex, what's up? You said, hi, an agency told me I don't qualify for a VA loan because I only served 22 months. Active. Should I appeal? First of all, can we give you a second opinion prior to your appeal? Appeal is going to take longer. Our second opinion can be faster, but we can get your DD-214. We can upload that to the VA. Then we can call them and talk through it with them in the eligibility center, which may get us the response that we want sooner without having to go through an appeal process. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, how did you separate? Do you have any benefits?
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. So if you have benefits, disability benefits, there's a higher likelihood that you qualify for your VA loan benefit. So if you want to reach out, you can DM us here on TikTok and we'll get in contact with you, or you can click the link in my bio and there's different ways to connect there as well. Veterans Resource Team, what up, guys?
Hey, I wonder who
is it?
Which veteran from the resource team?
I'm going to say Jose.
Who's got it? Is it Jose? I don't know. Who's got the keys to the controls on that one?
I think Jose is who I see. I think his main handle posts to Veterans Resource Team. Jose, what's up, buddy?
It is Jose. Hey.
Hello from
my man out of Killeen.
Yeah, I was going to say hello to Killeen from Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys have had a lot of news because, Viva La Vargas now lives in Killeen, so we always get the local news, and there's always a lot of stuff going on in the Killeen area. Interesting things happening.
Yeah, busy.
So guys, if you want to talk to us about your VA home loan benefit, you can call and schedule a one-on-one consult, a free one-on-one consult. We do them every single day. 15-minute power planning sessions is what we call them, but we get a lot accomplished in 15 minutes. Sometimes we stay on the phone for a little longer. But the goal is for us to answer your questions, kind of talk through your personal scenario, make sure that you have direction, you have a strategy, you know exactly what you need to do to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And those are free. So if you want to schedule one, click on the link in our bio. Otherwise, go ahead and just ask your questions right here. Any question. Doesn't matter what it is, we will answer it.
Yep, we will do it. Always looking to learn something new from the two goats, Jose. Stop it.
Damn. Setting the bar for us.
We appreciate it. We have a lot of our newer LOs and whatnot will jump in the lives and just to watch. I know Courtney says that she'll just put it on even in the background just to hear. And a lot of our followers and watchers will do the same thing. We've had people that have been watching for years and then they finally pop up. We've been watching you for years. we've learned so much. You helped us with this and that. It's like, oh, cool.
And it's one of the things that we love about going live and being able to have these consults with folks is we still are learning every single day. Like I've been in the business since 99, and there's still so much to learn because VA guidelines change. Like for instance, they just updated the VA guidelines yesterday and released that collections, non-medical collections, actually the way that we have to calculate a payment on non-medical collections just improved. So now it's 1/12 lower expense per month than it was before. So good news for the VA, but again, VA loans change on a regular basis as well. There's different things that are rolled out. So if we're not staying abreast of what's going on, there's no way that you guys can understand what's going on with your benefit.
Paul, what's up, my man? Thanks for jumping in. Your question is, can you run my numbers on what I should expect a pre-approval to come back as? And we can, you guys. That's what we have a whole team that are dedicated to our social media business, and that is what we do. And you said it, man. That is a pre-approval. Don't let that scare you away, guys. It's not what you think it is. A lot of people think it's all these documents and all these tax documents and this and that, whatever. For most people, it isn't. If you're active duty, it's not even a W-2 nor taxes unless you have a rental property that we would need to look at. Or you've got a side business, right? But for everybody else, I mean, if you're active duty, it's just an LES. If you're not and you're just typically a W-2, it's a W-2, it's a pay stub, it's a bank statement, and it's a driver's license for the most part, right? We pull a COE. You might need a D-214 if you separated, depending on how long ago you separated. But we're not talking about a load of shit here, guys. It's like 4, 5, 6 documents. It's pretty straightforward, but that's what we do, man. We verify your income. We see really what we're looking at. We pull credit. We review what debts we need to look at. We factor everything as we should, and then we figure it out. We look at residual income. We do look at DTI, but DTI, there is no DTI cap on a VA loan. So for us, that's a pretty small factor. We're really focusing on residual income, and then your other debts, the ones that we have to count against you.
Okay, next question that came in. JDog1127, is 100% P&T good? I mean, for VA loan qualifying, it doesn't impact how we underwrite your credit or your qualification from that perspective, but it does positively impact you because we have income that we can use. 100% P&T income is always good to go. And then we actually get to gross it up by 25% because it's non-taxable pay. So if you receive $5,000 a month in your bank account every month, we actually get to account for it as being, well, let's say $4,000 a month, we get to account for it as being $5,000 a month because we gross it up by 25%. And then also because you have a 10% or higher VA disability rating, you receive a waived VA funding fee. So that saves you thousands and thousands of dollars on your purchase.
Paul, you're very welcome, man. No problem at all. Chris, question for using VA loan. How likely is an LOE going to be approved regarding changing careers? You know what? It totally depends. I mean, highly likely, I think, but I don't know your scenario. Do we do LOEs, letters of explanation, folks who don't know what that means? Yeah, we do them all the time, and we get them through. But it really, aside from the LOE, man, it's just an experience thing. We would talk to you and find out what it is that happened. If you jumped careers and it's totally different, I mean, anybody's going to want to see you there for a little bit of time. You could write the best LOE in the world. It isn't going to matter. You're going to need to have some time on that job. If there's anything that we can tie into this new career from anything you did, even if it was in service, then that certainly helps you quite a bit. But, it really is just about asking the right questions and putting it all together, then kind of structuring that LOE.
And back to JDog, you said I make around $7,000 a month, so good, that's awesome. And yes, the other benefit that I didn't cover is if you live in a state where there's tax exemptions for PNT, 100% PNT disabled vets, then you also have a full tax exemption in a lot of states where you do not have to pay property taxes at all. So lots of benefits to you. I'm going to keep rolling because I don't know what's going to happen when the questions get behind with us sitting back here and not having any control of the questions.
Yeah, good. And I don't see
KG Sapper, can you use VRNE or GI Bill towards income to purchase a home? So unfortunately, the VA does not allow us to use GI Bill or VRNE income because they are not consistently going to be received if you're no longer going to school. That's the problem with those, because if you're working a job or you go to school, one of those things, if you have to give up one, usually it's the going to school, you have to keep your job to pay your bills. So VA doesn't allow us to use it for qualifying income. Paul, do y'all gross up 80% disability as well? Any disability income is grossed up. BAH can be grossed up. BAS is grossed up. Anything that's non-taxable pay, we will gross it up 25%, or we can if we need to.
Chris, I see it. You were maintenance in the Army, then went security, transitioned to electrical apprentice. Yep, okay, I got you. Did you do any schooling before you went apprentice, or is the apprenticeship your schooling? That's what I would be asking you.
Okay, so we are getting more questions that are loaded, but yeah, what are we going to do when we get too many questions?
I think it's going to be good for you. It's going to keep you moving right along.
I mean, sometimes I just skip.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to do the best we can. I don't know. All I know is that Jay wants you to shut it.
Jay.
Or maybe me. He wants someone to shut their mouth.
Why don't you come say that to my face, Jay?
Yeah, say it to my face, Jay. Did electrical work on vehicles, but doing schooling while in the apprenticeship. Okay, so schooling typically will count as long as it's schooling in regard to your career there. If there's any kind of a guarantee that your employer has, if there's, are you part of a union? I mean, there's just different questions that I would have for you. But typically, typically you're just going to need some time in. Typically I would say 6 months on the job. 6 to 9 months probably. I like that you were working on some electrical on vehicles. If we can tie that together, that's what makes me think we can maybe get away with 6 months on the
job. We're being told that the sound sounds the same as it was yesterday, but it's weird because I can see my voice in the microphone.
Oh, yeah, same. Huh.
So, okay.
Is that Milan saying that?
Yeah. Nothing is showing on Facebook, but YouTube has us. All right. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Trying to figure out our sound, you guys. I'm gonna step up for a second, just make it.
Yeah, Chris, no problem, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for jumping in and with your questions and being a part of it. Kind of echoey, Jennifer. Yeah, okay. But clear, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know if it's coming through the camera or if it's coming through, all this setup. So, yeah, we'll see. Can you?
I'm trying to see where did you go to fix the microphones yesterday?
I went into. Oh God, it's coming through the camera again. You think so? Go to the actual computer. Go to the Windows thing on there and change the source. It's not going to be in 80s. It's the actual laptop or whatever PC. Well, at least we had a pause on questions for a second. This has worked out perfectly. That's good. We got a lot of people in here. I mean, 102. You guys must have other questions. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about how you work your contract. We can talk about finding a realtor. We can talk about closing costs and how that works. We can talk about cash you need in this. We can talk about property restrictions. We can talk about one-time close, custom construction if you want. I'll give you guys that one. You name it. Don't be shy. Fire it up. Somebody else is probably watching with the same question. And, we can talk about credit scores and all that. It's a black screen on YouTube. I'm looking on Facebook now is what Annie just told me. So we have to figure that out.
We're on our roadie.
Oh, okay. All right. So it should be, so it is coming through there. I just wonder if it's echoey because the office is echoey. It's just, it is what it is. Lace, how you doing? What's minimum credit score? That's funny. I was just going to say, let's talk about credit score. So standard VA, there is no minimum credit score, you guys. Anybody that you go to, any bank, any credit union, whatever, that tells you that you don't make it because of your credit score, that's an overlay. And if they've overlaid that, they've likely overlaid other things. I don't know any companies that don't overlay that and then not something else. So the only thing we do overlay on is what I call like custom VA. And that is the one-time close, and that is renovation. So if you're doing those, there is going to be minimum credit scores. I think for renovation it's like 580, and for OTC it is a 620 coupled with automated approval. So you got to have both of them. Looks good on Facebook, Annie said. Okay, all right, thanks, Annie. We'll have to figure out YouTube. Who knows? New to us.
Amanda's saying the same thing. It's coming through the camera, not mic, but the computer's telling us it's coming through the mic.
Yeah, weird. Stupid technology. We hate this stuff. Amanda, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. I think it's the office. Sounds like we're in an empty room. Yeah, that's what it is with a V. Bambi22. So, with verifiable income, right, do you need 2 years like any other big loans? So we are looking for 2 years of employment history, right? Just that you guys have worked, hopefully in the same line of business, or if not, a change can happen as long as it kind of makes sense. But it doesn't have to be 2 years with the same party, and that's what a lot of people kind of misunderstand. They think that they've got to be in one place for 2 years or they just don't qualify. That's definitely not the case. Sound has an echo, is what Annie said as well. It's definitely camera, so odd we can hear you fine though. Yeah, weird. That is so weird. Okay, well thanks for helping us work this through, guys. Okay, Jennifer, what's the best way to repair your credit in a timely manner? Well, man, it's such a tough question. Everybody's credit is different, and what you have to focus on is different. I can tell you guys this: if you're trying to just elevate credit score, revolving accounts is what you want to focus on. That's credit cards. Installment, just pay them on time. Just everything else, just pay them on time, and you'll be fine. But if you're trying to move score moves off of revolving credit, and that's typically tied to usage of that revolving credit. If you can, don't charge over really 20% of the card's maximum. So if you got a $1,000 limit on a card, don't charge over $200 in a month, and pay it down every month. Don't pay it off. I don't care if you leave $1 on the thing, just leave something on there. That's going to work best for just it reading the algorithm and working on your credit score and getting it up. But there is other things that we're looking at, right? We're looking at the history of any derogatory that's on there. We're looking at how you pay stuff. It matters if you only have 2 accounts versus 15 accounts. It matters if those accounts are very new or if you have very long credit history. That's the stuff that we're looking at. And really, any lender like us that doesn't overlay, and if we have to go into manually underwritten guidelines, we're looking at how you perform credit-wise, not a credit score. So keep that in mind. It's totally different. Beyond that, if there's big things that have happened, big credit events, to be honest with you guys, we finally have partnered with a credit repair company called Credit Rebellion, and we did so because they earned that spot. They've been awesome, and believe me, that's coming from someone who friggin' hates credit repair companies and has seen nothing but trash my whole life. These guys aren't. Prior service guy, we ended up doing his loan. My son Addison worked with him, and they were working great together, and then we kind of jumped in, and before you know it, they said, you know what, we're going to dedicate everything to VLG, and they just said, we're here for you guys, and man, they have turned people around in like a month, 2 months. It's insane. It truly is insane. I'm not even sales pitching anything on this. I get nothing if you guys use them. But I'll tell you, they've surprised me over and over again. So really, really cool. They have a legal team. Did you guys know that aside from just getting wiped off, there's some things like if there's things incorrectly reported and it's causing you, like they even have a legal team that'll go in there and can actually get you money from companies. Like it's nuts. So for the bigger stuff, that's really kind of what we're doing. But remember, the guideline for VA, it's 12 months free and clear. 12 months free of derogatory credit should be considered rehabilitated credit. That is what the statement is out of the VA Lender's Handbook. So that's really what we're looking at in the case that it's a manually underwritten loan. Every loan has to run through automated loan findings. So it's going to go one way or the other. We're going to get it approve eligible, or approve ineligible, whatever. And then we're moving forward. Whatever we see there for the most part is good. We're moving forward. I don't need anything else. Or it's going to be a refer. If it's a refer, that is what kicks us into manual underwriting guidelines. And that's when we just have to dig a little bit deeper, understand the story, try to learn about what's going on. Did something happen that was out of your control? It isn't likely to happen again? Or were you just irresponsible? I mean, that happens too. So, that's really how that all breaks down. I don't even remember what the question was, but here we go. Sounded good where Brooke was. Well, Brooke's standing right by the cameras. So
I think we figured out it's YouTube and Facebook are pulling the roadies. TikTok Studio is pulling the Razor. Oh, so I'm standing right by the Razor. Right. So if you have good sound,
I bet you're right.
But I'm trying to fix this.
And then YouTube, I guess, is Annie said is given the black screen. So,
really? Oh my God.
And I wonder if we even have sound. I should ask her if we had sound. Annie, if you're still on here, do we have sound on YouTube? Is it just my luscious voice, or is it just black and silent? Sound has an echo. Milan says, y'all might want to try. Milan, I love you, honey. Just more country by the day. Y'all might want to try to do a test application. I'm kidding, sweetie. Definitely sounds like it is coming through the camera again. Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
How about now? Check. I
updated the microphone.
Jennifer Ann says yes. Brooke is super clear. Oh, we have fixed it. Mike, you sound good now. Oh my gosh. This is a big day for we live, we learn. We aren't tech people. We have pulled this all together by the grace of God, and and here we are. So it looks like we got it figured out. That's awesome.
Oh. What's up, bad guy? I just saw you get on here.
Oh, it looks like Jennifer. What is this, buddy? Is this YouTube? Because it looks like my head's cut off and Brooke is not there. Is that YouTube or? Oh, how we're appearing? No, that's TikTok. Okay, so look at how we are. We're like it's not even showing the whole top of the. Man, what would we do without you guys? Crazy. And honestly, be honest. Is it better without our faces?
I might know why. Hold on.
All right, cool. Brooke's gonna keep messing, and I'll keep talking. Disabled. What is that? Axolotl, something like that. Axolotl.
That's Rebecca.
Rock and roll. That's Rebecca?
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca. She's saying hello. Hello.
Hello.
Now you can see our faces. What the hell? I'll have to send you the picture. The picture that I'm looking at is like it's totally cut off.
Okay. Well.
Oh no. Okay, I just had to open it. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Yeah. All right. Never mind. Okay. Cool. We're good to go. Okay, so this is super odd. So there's nearly 200 people in here, which is about 100 more than we usually have, but the questions are pretty low. So kind of weird to be backwards like that. So you guys, you see how it works? Don't be afraid. Jump on in, ask some questions. I mean, we're just going to talk to you. That's the worst that's going to happen. Nobody's wrong in this kind of thing. It's an educational Q&A. The whole point is for us to be able to get on here and just tell you what's going on, and hopefully have you leave a little bit more educated than when you showed up. It only shows 8 on our end, and it only shows.
Yeah, I think there's only 8 people there. It's 171 views.
Oh, so it's very low. Well, that would be.
That is very low.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong damn thing. Then. Yeah, weird.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
That does make more sense. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We got all these people. Oh yeah, it definitely. I see it now. Next to it, it is 8. So we're like getting, it's stifling our, which is honestly probably good for getting everything worked out. I don't even think I'm mad at it. Yeah, I don't think it's you guys. Yeah, I don't think so either. I wonder, we're running it through a streaming, whatever you call it, thing. And then it feeds into TikTok, and it's through TikTok Live Studio. So just some changes on our end. And TikTok is super weird as far as this goes. It's like any little thing, and it starts getting goofy. So who knows? Might just have to run it for a few days, see if it picks up, or we might even just restart it. We've done that in the past, and then it grabs. So.
Other lives are having issues too as well. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it might just
maybe it's a technology thing.
Yeah. Well, it's a good test run to figure out stuff like the sound. So. Is what it is.
And we're going to have to get a mouse, a wireless mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that we can control the questions, the comments.
Low engagement and issues with comments. Oh, okay.
Disabled axolotl.
Excited? Yeah, great. Well, we're excited for the opportunity. Thank you.
Cody texted me and gave me an update. Said you guys are talking tomorrow, so that's awesome. Yay.
That's good.
Yeah. And the pre-approval process is nice because it gives you so much information. Once you are pre-approved, you know what payments target what purchase price. You know what purchase price to be shopping at because, sometimes you're looking at houses on Zillow or Redfin or whatever at night, and you're looking at $600,000, $700,000 houses. But then when you find out what the mortgage payment is on a $600,000 or $700,000 house, you're like, ooh, never mind. I'm going to readjust and start looking at $300,000 houses. Because obviously payment more affordable. So it's empowering to have that pre-approval done. Plus, then you find something, you can take action right away. If you find a house that you love, then right away you can make an offer. You can't make an offer if you don't have that pre-approval in hand. Mario. Oh my God, why did I say Mario?
Yeah, same day with Devin. Rock and roll. We can basically just say, I did train Devin. And so that's,
Mike's taking credit for that.
I'm going to take that as a personal, thank you.
Yeah, that's actually sweet.
Yeah, Devin's
That's the way it should be. Same day pre-approvals.
Yep, that is the way it should be. And that is the way it is for most. For some people, if you're a manual, if there's layers, if there's third-party things that we have to request, that's what that's what slows things down.
And Mario, you said you were getting capped with another lender, so we were able to pre-approve you for a higher amount than another lender qualified you for, which is pretty amazing.
Fantastic.
Love that.
That's what I like to hear.
And Disabled Axolotl said, I gave up on looking at Zillow until I know my buying power. I love that. That is the correct answer.
That's the way.
You understood the assignment.
That's the way to do it. Amanda, how you doing? What about using VA loan for duplex versus HELOC? So you definitely can, Amanda. Absolutely. I don't know if you're buying straight away or if you're trying to just do like a cash out refi and pull some equity out and then get duplexes with that versus the HELOC. You certainly can, but both of them make sense in their own right. Okay, so it just depends on what you're trying to do. If you already have a VA loan or something else that's got a very low rate, it may or may not make sense to try to do a full-blown refinance to pull equity. In some instances, it's best to just leave it alone and pull the HELOC, especially if it's a smaller amount that you need. So we don't ever just go in and go, yes, that's a way better thing, or vice versa. We always take a look at it first, break it down, show you what it is, and then you can see pretty clearly at that point.
Amanda has a follow-up. I was thinking which would be better using VA loan twice. If you're in Texas and you're looking to do a cash out refinance, you're going to be you won't be able to use your VA loan in Texas. Unfortunately, Texas has a state law that doesn't allow you to use the VA loan or the FHA loan, any government loans, on a cash out refinance. But if you're anywhere else, usually a VA cash out refinance could make a lot of sense, and even if you're using your VA loan twice. But also it depends on what your long-term strategy is.
Mm-hmm. Mario, previous lender capped you at 49 DTI when I could get more all in caps. Thank you. Not maxing out. Yeah.
But more options.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? So that 49 cap is an overlay, you guys. And this is what we try to teach on. There's a lot of companies out there that have these goofy overlays. It's not the VA. And what I hate the most is that they come back and they blame it on the VA. Yeah, that's the VA program. No, it isn't. There is no DTI cap. Nothing. Residual is what holds you back when you're talking about a VA loan, and it doesn't really hold you back. It's like a safety net. It's just money left in the household. They want to make sure you're not house poor, and there's nothing wrong with that. We agree with it 100%.
Katrina says, what is cash out refinance? That's a good question, Katrina. So when you own a house, whether you have a VA loan on it or a conventional loan, FHA loan, you can refinance that loan. So basically we pay off that existing loan, we give you a new loan, and when you're doing a cash out, you're taking a new loan at a higher loan amount and you're pulling equity out of the home. So let's say you own a home, it's worth $500,000, you owe $300,000 on it. With a VA loan, you could actually refinance and take out a $500,000 loan amount, which would get you back $200,000 minus your closing costs. So you could do that to pay for a new boat, a vehicle, sending a kid to college, refinance to remodel the property, refinance to purchase another property. You could take the cash out and put it towards the down payment to buy something else. You could take it out and put it into crypto. You could go to Vegas, like whatever you want to do with it. We don't care. But that's what a cash out refinance is. Amanda.
Yes, Amanda, Noblem Skincare, located in Florida right now. I am, you're renting townhouses out and was looking to invest in a duplex soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. We're in Florida as well. We're up in the Destin, Fort Walton Beach area. I don't know where you are, but happy to help you out, or even jump on the line with you if you just want to dig in a little bit deeper and really kind of unpack it.
Duplexes are a great investment. Duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, because then you have another tenant, you have another person helping you pay your mortgage payment. So your mortgage payment isn't all reliant upon you and your financial situation. You have somebody else, as long as you're renting it out, somebody else that can contribute towards the mortgage and the expenses. So a lot of people are looking at buying multifamily right now to house hack and to help build wealth. It's a really good way, as many doors as you can get, more rental income.
Mm-hmm. Amanda, we made it super easy for you. You can go to the link in Brooke's bio right up top there, and it's going to take you to our webpage. You just select Talk to Brooke or Talk to Mike. It opens up our calendar. You pick a spot where we're free and you're free, and voila, 15 minutes. We give you a call personally, and we talk through the scenario. So super easy. It's free. We don't charge anything for it. And a lot of times we really can wrap it all up and get it dialed in 15 minutes, truly. And I just want to say it's pretty cool. Everyone's really respectful of that 15 minutes. They all know that what it is. They know we're busy, and we've usually got these kind of backed up, and so it's pretty quick. We always like to bullshit a little bit, but then we get into it, and we really try to unpack what's going on and get you a solution. So, this is Garcia. How you doing? Is it possible, and is it expensive to build at least 4 townhomes? So yes, you can build multi-unit with the VA one-time close. It does max at 4, so it is possible. Is it expensive? Yeah, but I don't know how expensive, right? I don't know where you are. I don't know what materials are. I don't know your finish quality. I don't know what land costs. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. So can it be done cheaper in some markets? Of course it can. Is it expensive in some? Some, absolutely. So it just kind of depends on those factors.
Octavision AI, when 100% PNT, what's the additional qualifying amount since you don't pay a funding fee? So you don't pay a funding fee, which means that you're financing less of a cost, right? So in theory, if you're trying to say like, what's the additional qualifying amount? You could qualify for the amount if you're really trying to max it out. You basically, if you qualify for $500,000, but you don't have the funding fee waiver, then you'd probably be right around $510,000, $11,000. So in theory, you could qualify for like 2.15% more than what you would be able to qualify for, if that's what you're asking.
That's how it goes. Garcia, you're in Arizona, so here's what I would do. Does it also matter how much you make per year? It definitely does, especially if you're trying to build, because building, you can't use any of the proposed rents from the other units you won't be occupying, like you can if it was already there. So yes, it definitely matters. You have to be able to qualify for the whole building. So you already know what land costs. You can look that up and see that anywhere. If you know a builder or a general contractor, just ask them, hey man, I'm looking at a fourplex. It's probably going to be finished quality, middle of the road rental quality, and get a price per square foot. That's going to be the best way to answer your question and take out all the variables.
Octavision, you're welcome. You're very welcome. And are you a real person? Are you AI? Just curious because of your handle. Jonah Alejandro, I'm in Chicago market waiting for a pre-qual, trying to see if I can build a 4-unit, hoping the best. Are you working with us or are you working with another mortgage company? Just curious.
And good luck regardless.
Yeah, I'm curious because I'm curious what the Chicago market's going to be like to build. Real AI person.
That's you know what that was the only fair response you should have got to that question. VLG, awesome. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay, good. So I'm going to reach out to our OTC loan officers because I want to kind of track what's going on with that Chicago deal. I'm excited to see what you're able to build in that market because I don't know. I know Illinois you can build affordably, but I just don't know about that Chicago area.
Hayden, I love this question, and this is something that we're doing our best to try to educate people on. So, on average, can a lender get me a better deal than a standard loan application through Navy Federal or USAA? To be fair, they're lenders as well, right? Can a mortgage company, right? Can our mortgage company? Yes, typically we can. Now, I've got to tell you guys, like USAA, we don't even really see a lot from USAA anymore. They're not great, and even when we did, they were selling their loans off for someone else to do. So you were third-partying that loan. Navy Federal is typically priced aggressive, but Navy Federal is also they're what do I want to say? They're very trim. Everything has to fit in the box. They have a ton of overlays. Outside of that, you're going to experience a lot of issues with customer service and availability. They're not going to be there in the evenings when you need them. They're not going to be there on the weekends when you need them. Anything that if you need something quickly, that isn't going to happen. So outside of that, when you put I'm just going to say us against them because I'm not going to bring in anybody else. I mean, we kill these guys on regular. Same with Veterans United, same input, any other whatever. I mean, this is, it's weird. These guys are huge. They've got a ton of money to advertise, and that's why you guys know their names. We haven't had that same budget, right? We don't throw out $1 million a month on advertisements.
I like Jennifer Ann's answer. She says at VLG, we keep your mother and don't sell it to third parties. Plus, we are more one-on-one with you. So just be careful. If you work with us, we're going to keep your mother.
Yeah.
John Alejandro. I said Jonah Alejandro when I read your name earlier. What the F? I don't know.
Sometimes when we're just autopilot talking, don't take offense.
You're saying trying to use land bank too. So what would you be using land bank for? Because you don't need a land loan if you're going to use your VA construction loan. Help me understand. Mario Fernando.
He's right. My lender with VLG responds immediately and fast. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you jumping in and saying that. I mean, it's I'm not making this stuff up. These guys are bigger than us, and they've got a lot more money to be able to put into advertising, and that's why you guys know. But I'm telling you, just because they're the biggest, they aren't the best. Not in any realm. Not even.
Garcia, do you guys think it's better to try and buy apartments first or go straight to homes? I would say apartments, multifamily. If you're going to multifamily first, it gives you the ability, it maximizes your VA loan benefit. You might use up your VA loan benefit because multifamily tends to be more expensive, but you're going to get more doors, more income, and then you can shift to other loan programs. We can refinance it, roll it into a cash outlet or a conventional loan. There's a lot of different strategies there.
Kenny D, definitely need to talk to you guys about this. I'm in Barstow. Ooh, beautiful area. and looking to build a complex, yeah, please do, man. Get with us. We can definitely chat. We can. If you're building with the VA, it's 4 units max. But happy to talk to you about building something in Barstow.
Oh, John Alejandro. Okay, so that sounds like they're not. It sounds like maybe it's a bank that has that land that they've maybe repoed or something like that.
With the V, we have so many mothers. It's like Epstein Island, only we don't touch our moms. And then we just keep them safe until things get handled.
Oh shit, we lost. Okay, be more. Is it common to roll closing costs into the VA loan? You don't roll the closing costs into the VA loan on purchases. What you do is you roll the closing costs into the negotiated purchase price. You can't negotiate a purchase price and then roll the closing costs on top. You have to roll it into the loan. Into the contract price. Oh my God, sorry. I'm watching the questions move and I'm like, shit, we're missing questions. So negotiate the closing costs to be paid for by the seller in the contract.
We did miss one. I see that you were on Long Island. You didn't want to give somebody $40,000, but I don't know for what.
Okay,
we're trying to purchase my family. This is Mark. This is Mark J.
LaRoche.
You're trying to purchase my family. That's all I see, Mark.
Family home.
Family home. You can do that. That's no problem. You can purchase a home you're currently renting. That's no problem.
Yeah. Oh, we're starting to pick up.
Yeah, I'm curious if anyone can tell me, are we still pretty echoey even though we're going through the mics? I know the sound is better, but does it still sound like we're in like an empty room?
Probably not. I would say we're fixed. Sounds great.
Oh, no echo, man. Okay, hell yeah. That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Mario. Appreciate it, guys. Okay.
Glad we had your feedback too, because otherwise you can't tell on our end. It sounds the same when it's in the microphone in our ears.
Yeah, we don't know. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it. So before this, you guys, I was so this office or whatever is in a warehouse.
Short story.
Brooke, I swear to
God. Questions. They're rolling. Look, Mark J. Trying to buy my family's house, but have low credit. Remember, VA does not have a minimum credit score requirement.
Okay, so I see on an assumption here, and I cover the gap and still ensure loan meets COE eligibility. Pursuing an assumable loan, do I cover the gap? So you are going to have to cover the gap, but there should, if you're assuming there's, God, I'm trying to think of how to answer that question.
You're burning time.
Brooke, don't, I swear, I will pause this live. So I don't know how to answer.
So I cover the gap and still insure the loan. You insure the loan that you're taking over. So your entitlement is charged to the loan amount that is owed by the seller.
The remainder. There you go. All right, that is the right way.
Because you're paying cash for the difference. Somebody said a $700,000 loan amount. You're being told that sellers will not provide concessions in your market. I would say, what market are you in, first of all? There are some markets in the country where it is very difficult to get a seller to pay closing costs, but most markets, we close transactions all across the country, and we, for the most part, are seeing sellers pay closing costs. So that could be the real estate agent maybe trying to make their job a little bit easier. Not saying that that's the case in your world, but we've seen it enough times where I have to bring it up.
Is it true that VA loan rates cannot follow you to a new VA home loan, one-time construction loan? So Katrina, so there's 2 rates essentially, right? There's your what's going to be your takeout rate once it modifies at the very end, and then there's your just your interest rate basically through the drop period. Which is for your interest only. That one is going to be what it's going to be. But your fixed rate at the very end of this thing, when it's done and we're ready to modify, we're actually going to look at what the actual market rate is. And if it's lower than that, we're going to float you down for free. So it can change at that point.
Mark? Yes, absolutely. If you want to buy your family home, we can absolutely assist with that. We do a lot of those, actually. There's a lot of people that are either taking over a family member's home. Obviously, you have to occupy, right? You have to intend to occupy as your primary residence. That's a VA's requirement. But if you're planning on occupying, we can absolutely do that.
Okay, it's the mortgage broker saying that during pre-approval, estimated 25 to 40K in closing costs. Yeah, I'd love to talk through that. I don't know what you're doing.
What?
I mean, that's massive. I don't.
Especially for a $700,000 loan amount.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. And I wonder, if
oh no, this is the Long Island. I'm sorry.
A lot of time. Well, so I mean, New York is our
there are some costs. Yeah, there's taxes. There's a lot of taxes in New York, but our actual lender closing costs would be nothing because we don't charge lender fees. So I would say get us a copy of your loan estimate. If you click the link in my bio, there's actually a loan estimate reader. It's called the VA Loan Shield. You can upload your loan estimate to that VA Loan Shield and it will tell you whether or not it's going to grade it and it's going to tell you whether or not those costs are reasonable or unreasonable.
Fairfield County, Connecticut is $20K with a $700K loan. Yep, I got it. Jennifer, thanks, buddy. Yeah, a couple days. What is today? Is today the 26th? Was my birthday 2 days ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Monday.
I've been 48 for 2 days. Feel great. Okay, so Be More. That's why I wanted to roll the closing costs on the VA loan. Yeah. I know a lot of people do, and there is a way to do that, but it has to appraise, and you have to work something out with the seller. It's all in the way you structure the contract, so it's doable, but it isn't super normal, because if it doesn't appraise, bye. There goes all those closing costs. Thanks for the V. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, yours is Friday. Awesome. That's right. I forgot we're always
you
back
guys
to back.
are close.
Yep, a couple of Vergs just kicking ass and dominating the world. On the regular.
Yes.
Every day.
Mark J. LaRoche. That's what we were trying to do. We would just take over the loan for what is left on the loan. Yes, absolutely. Yep, that's easy. That should not be difficult.
Jim Fran, too, I know. Just so you know, we got this place surrounded.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, just letting you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
You know how my voice inflection went up towards the end of that sentence?
That's funny. Okay, cool. We're caught up for a second.
I only say that, Jennifer Ann, because Virgos can be tough.
Everybody knows that.
Virgos are one of the toughest signs because they are you can be very judgmental. You have a very specific way of doing things. If people go outside that, it's hard for you to be quiet. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm talking about Virgos.
Yeah, we're very honest and direct.
Jennifer Ann, you seem very sweet, though.
Dylan, what are the VA to VA seller to buyer requirements?
Are you talking about on an assumption? If a veteran's assuming another veteran's purchase, or are you talking about selling?
Just selling.
And the financing. Yes. Okay. So on an assumption, if you're veteran to veteran, you have to make sure that your entitlement is substituted. Your VA loan entitlement is substituted with the new veteran who's assuming the mortgage. So it's called a substitution of entitlement. You also need a release of lien. But there's a release of liability, but then there's also the substitution of entitlement. The release of liability will happen regardless of who's assuming the mortgage, but the substitution happens only when a veteran is assuming a VA loan. How can I reach you for help? Mark, you can either click the link in our bio. You can visit VALoanBish.com, or you can just DM me right here, message me right here on TikTok, and we will get in contact with you.
Mario Vets, you can get your real estate license, self-represent, and also get the commission. That's what he's doing currently.
Yeah, good for you.
You definitely can. Nice job,
Mario. And then hopefully, Mario, you'll be able to retain that license. You having gone through the experience yourself, you'll be able to represent other veterans in your community and do a good job taking care of them. And I know since you're teamed up with Devin will be able to help you through that process and make it even more smooth for your clients. Hayden, our consumer credit score is close to what gets pulled during a hard mortgage credit pull. So I think if you're asking consumer credit scores, like Credit Karma, Equifax.com, Experian.com. So a mortgage credit pull, a hard mortgage credit pull, is going to have an algorithm built into it associated with you financing a mortgage, a home, which is a large loan amount. When you're pulling your credit on Credit Karma, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, USAA, Navy Fed, any of those monitoring services, there's no risk built in with the borrowing risk of a mortgage. So they will be likely lower when you pull your own credit than what our mortgage credit pull is. Now, sometimes it's only a couple points. Sometimes it's 30, 40 points. It just depends on the score and your setup.
Brandon, what's up, man? It says you guys are so tiny now. Are we coming through small on your screen? And I wonder, man. It's like we're in the new site here.
It looks like we're set up on a horizontal versus a vertical there.
Yeah, we might have to do some tweaking.
That's Streamlabs, though. That would only be on YouTube.
Yep. How does anchoring disability into pre-approval numbers, what did that say?
I don't know.
So I don't know what anchoring means, but I can tell you that we can absolutely use that, your rating income, and if we need to, we can gross it up by 25% as well. We just use it as qualifying income, just as income from a W-2 or from a 1099 or any other type of income.
Mark, that's okay. You can have a current VA loan on it right now, and if it makes more sense to have you assume that VA loan, we will be very honest with you. It's just going to depend on the interest rate on that mortgage.
Brandon, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I want to see what we're looking like. We might have to tweak it a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's only the top quarter of the screen. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got
like
it. You know why? It's because it's coming through Streamlabs.
Well, and I noticed with the one that Jennifer Ann sent me, there's a lot of black between us and then the comments. So I think we can make it bigger.
I haven't yet.
Is there closing costs? There's always closing costs. Always. No matter what. I don't even care if a bank or a lender says that there isn't. There always is. Mario, where can I get VLG gear? Man, I'm glad that you asked. You know, you guys, I actually am working. One of our employees, who is prior service herself, has kicked off where she makes shirts and hats and whatnot. And with that, I said, God, we've got some cool stuff that's finally coming out. I'd love to be able to put it out. And she would get her cost on it, and then anything above that, we would actually just kind of pool and then donate. And you guys would actually be able to kind of have something to do with where we donate to. So it's coming. There is going to be an online store coming. Just so you know, that's what it is. We won't take $1 off of it. But one more way that we can get some gear out there. So yeah, let us know if you want. Shoot us a DM with your info, and we'll let you know when it's up. Mark says, perfect. How long would that take? And you were responding to him, I don't know.
Oh, I was just saying that was taking over refinancing his dad's loan into his name.
Typically, if you're just doing a refinance, it's 30 days is what we run those on. Sometimes sooner.
How do I change this from horizontal to?
I don't know. Get out your trusty friend chat. Jennifer's just putting it up there. Jennifer, I know you had thrown up a comment earlier just about a lot of people being confused on seeing $36,000 stated on their COE. And now that we have a little bit of a gap here, or void, I can talk about it. There you go. So essentially, you guys, when the VA loan first came out, that was the max, right? The entitlement was $36,000. Obviously, that's what the VA's guarantee was going to be. So if you multiply that by 4, because they only do 25%, that was $144,000, and that was the max that you could get with a VA loan, and that worked until it didn't. Once it didn't, they came in with a bonus entitlement, or that second tier of entitlement, and that's where county loan limits came into play, and it is enacted or triggered going over that 144, right? 144.01, you get into your second tier. But it doesn't show that on there. It doesn't show anything at all about your second tier on your COE. So all you see, if you haven't used your benefit, is that $36,000. And I can't tell you how many people have been sent to me after they've gone to another lender, and the lender pulled the COE, saw that the $36,000 wasn't there, and went, "You used all your benefit. I'm sorry, you don't qualify for a VA loan." Not even knowing anything about the second tier. So it was just like, thank you, I should have sent him a card. But that's, you just have to understand that isn't the case, right? If you've already used it and you're retaining that property, as long as you're over that 144, you're in your second tier. We're then looking at the county loan limit, and the minimum county loan limit anywhere in the country right now is $832,750. So quite a stretch over 144. So that's what it is. So the $36,000, don't be misled. It really doesn't have much to do with prices where they are. We don't really worry about it much. Dylan, so if I purchase my current home for $253 and the max in my zip is $850, if I qualify, I have around $600. Yes, you're getting it. That's exactly right. That's how it works. And it doesn't even mean, that's not even a hard cap, right? That's your zero down cap, Dylan. So if you go over that, you're just having to step in and cover the VA's 25%. Simple math, if you go 10 grand over your zero down amount, your down payment is now $2,500. You're just securing that 25% guarantee to the lender, right? To the investor. Elamont, would my mortgage look lower or higher with a construction loan? Your interest rate on a construction loan would look higher. It is higher, you guys. On something like that, we're holding that. We're taking all the risk. We're financing something that literally does not exist. And there's all kinds of things that can happen, right, during a build time. So it is a little bit higher, but like I said, we also do a float down to market at the end. So if it's higher now, and when it's done, rates are everywhere in the market are a little bit cheaper, then we float down, and you are still eligible for an IRRRL. So after 210 days from the date of your first mortgage payment, if rates are even better, you can always drop down. And at that point, a lot of times it does make a lot of sense, because you are going from that construction rate to just regular, existing. So that's really what we do with those. We usually just set them up that way. How often does it float down? It's that would be a one-time, because when you're looking at the construction loan, it really is, it's kind of in construction financing for that draw period during the build time, and it's not really a VA loan at that time. Once it's completed and you get your certificate, it modifies into a VA loan at that time. And so that's when it becomes that. So at that point, going from kind of construction loan into your VA loan, this is just something we do. I don't think that all companies do this. We give you that opportunity just so you're coming in as aggressive as you possibly can. So it's one time there. And then, of course, you have the IRRRL. And you can do the IRRRL every 210 days if it makes sense. There's no cap on how many times you can refi and keep dropping rate. Okay. This is Brandon, my girlfriend and I plan on building a house in a few years in Virginia. Definitely want to use y'all then too. Well, we appreciate it, bro. You know that. We love working with you. And we always tell people, hey, we're going to work together till one of us dies. Hopefully it's you first. I'm joking, of course. But, I do want to live for a while longer. Dylan, current rate is 2.3. It's going to be hard to make myself sell. Yeah, dude. And I mean, unless you have to, I wouldn't. We've had a lot of people that don't consider holding properties like that and turning them into rentals. But if there's any way to, try to see what the cash flow could be on that, because they make great rentals. Elamon, you're very welcome. Thank you for being a part of our live today. Appreciate it.
Well, guys, I tried. I think that it's because we're going through Streamlabs, and then we're using that camera to pull over to TikTok Studio. It's just using a smaller,
we can stretch them as well. When we're not live, we'll mess with it. We'll get it figured out.
Oh,
yeah, Brandon. That's it, my man. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Do a good job. We'll see you again, man.
Dylan, rentals in my neighborhood are renting over $1,000 what my mortgage is. Oh, that's actually, because you have such a low interest rate.
Money in your pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense if you can do it. We've had a lot of people that just weren't considering it, and we kind of threw it out there, and then they'd come back and go, I just want to thank you guys. I wasn't even looking at this. I met with a property management company. They're taking care of everything. I'm going to cash flow $1,000 a month. It's great, and they had plenty of entitlement remaining to go get another one, and if it can work, sometimes it's really
works out well. Here's your TikTok.
I'm having some ears.
So the green TikToks are my favorite. Mm-hmm. They're like apple.
Yeah. His color looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Portia, what's up? Thanks for following. We appreciate that. All the likes and the follows, super helpful, you guys. Obviously, if you follow us, then you get notified when we go live. You also get updates as they come out. We'll be recording a couple updates probably after this. After we go live. You like the orange ones, Jennifer Ann? Are they just orange? Or are they like a peachy orange?
I like them too. I don't know what they are, but they're good. I mean, TikToks overall are great. Bringing them back.
Wasn't it like 1 calorie per TikTok? Wasn't that the old commercial? Or was that like a Mento? Fruit adventure. An adventure of fruit in my mouth.
Man, I can't read that. I am joking myself. Way too small. What's that? That's Waveland New. Crew. There's a K there. Is the renovation loan good if it's a good deal, and what are the cons of it? The renovation loan can be good. Here's when I like the renovation loan: when you don't have equity. When you don't have equity, you just pull out a cash out or HELOC or something like that, then we go renovation loan. I say that because the interest rate is a little bit more aggressive, right? Same deal. We're lending on something where it's not in the shape that it should be or could be, and we're financing higher above it. The interest rate is just a little bit higher. And then there's just more to it, man. You're having to bring in a contractor, you have to map out what it is you're doing. Obviously, if you just have equity in a property, you're just setting it up and you're pulling out the equity. It doesn't matter what you're doing with the funds, right? It's your funds as long as you qualify. And it isn't that way with the renter. There's just more detail. It's a little bit of a more difficult loan to achieve and just more work to get it done, and then the higher rate and higher fee, because we also have to manage the draw period on that. So does it make sense? Yes. In certain circumstances, it does, but not always in it. And I think if you have equity, no.
For renovation, yeah. The cool thing about renovation, obviously, is if you put the money into the right renovations, like kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, adding square footage, you're increasing the value of the property. And by increasing the value of the property, obviously, then it ends up being a good investment for you. So I think sometimes people put renovations into things that are just lipstick, and you're not going to get as much value updates from that. Value increase.
It does smell better in here.
Yeah.
It's finally like less fumes.
Mike tried to kill us with carbon monoxide.
Yeah, I was trying to tell the story. This office is actually in a warehouse that I own, and so I have, there's warehouse stuff over there. And I was in my man lift, which burns gas, and it was I was changing light bulbs is what I was doing.
Inside the warehouse?
Inside the warehouse, and didn't realize that it pulls air from there into through our AC here. So we came in to do this, and it was it was real fuming. So we're a little bit high.
I was standing, and I was like, I'm just trying to feel lightheaded, but it's real slow. I'm like, I bet we're slowly dying.
Yeah, that's the gas. That's what gas does for you.
Yeah, it was the fumes, exactly.
Fumes got to us.
Jennifer Ann, my mom instincts kicked in, and I was like, I'm going to go open the doors. Mike's like, whatever.
She might have saved our life. I don't know, but I think the doors are still open.
They are. Yeah, because we needed air.
Yeah. We could probably shut it.
If I'm going to die, I'm not going to die by accidental poisoning.
We're not going out
in an office while live, doing the Perez Hilton thing. Come on. Actually, I think he lived.
Thing, yeah. He was hacking away at himself or something.
I know, but it could be perceived as. Who would know it was an accident? Only you and I. If we're dead, nobody knows. It could have been seen as a murder suicide. I'm just saying.
Carry yourself to the beach first. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, if I'm going to go out, I would like to go out by the shores.
In the sugar white sand. Yeah.
Listening to the waves.
That would be nice. That would be good.
We'll see if my recent comments get us community restrictions.
We'll see. Well, we're down. We're there's 13 people, so we're bleeding off a little bit here, and that's okay. We might need to jump off and make some other adjustments.
Dylan, if you do an app on here, we do start with a softball in most cases because we have a free softball feature. It's a one bureau softball. So it doesn't give us all the facts that we need about your credit history, but it gives us a pretty good idea. Usually if we see something that's 400s, 500s on one bureau, there's a chance that it's going to be. And again, we don't care about the score. We're looking at payment history, but it just gives us an indication of what we're working with. But yeah, the softball is the easy way to go because then it doesn't impact your credit score at all.
Yeah, Jennifer Ann, shout out to all the Dolly fans.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Who didn't like Dolly Parton?
I know.
I think you either didn't know who she was if you were real young, or you just loved her.
I think my first exposure of Dolly Parton was Steel Magnolias. That was one of my favorite movies when I was young. And I might just watch that this evening.
There you go.
And cry, because that one is always good for a cry. Right, Jennifer Ann?
I don't know about that one, but
Julia Roberts. I mean, there was a lot of Julia Roberts. Oh my God, Sally Fields. Who's Olivia Dukakis? There was a lot of people in that movie.
You guys go to Dollywood? Yeah.
We haven't been, but I want to go.
Yeah.
To Gatlinburg.
That'd be cool. Some of our, we used to do, well, maybe we still do, I don't know. We did a girls' trip. A lot of the girls of VLG would all, go off and paint their nails and stuff. And one of the, I think last 2-3 years ago, they went to Dollywood.
Yeah, they did.
Brooke wasn't with them. We were off, I think, work.
I was in Scotland.
Oh, that's right.
So that's been years ago, because that was 2021.
Yeah.
2022.
She was off doing the Yam in Scotland. And anyway, the girls went and they loved it. They want to actually go back. The whole area.
Yeah, I did hear that it was their favorite of all the locations that we had been to. So got to go check it out. Fun place, yeah. And especially right now, I'm sure there's probably going to be some, some memoirs or doing something there for Dolly, something extra.
I did hear that Locked Up in Dollywood is a song that no one's ever heard that's going to be released in 2045. So
Locked Up?
Just know.
In Dollywood?
It's held safe.
But Dolly wrote it and sang it?
It's Dolly, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a brand new one.
Yeah? Let's see what that sounds like.
Just 19 more years. We're all
oh, God, when is it released?
2045.
Why? That's weird.
Why not?
She would show there at the park from time to time. That's
cool.
If I had an amusement park or a theme park, I would show up there every once in a while too. Probably have your favorite rides.
I think she
your favorite rides.
also just kind of loved the people. I think she was just a people person. Just loved people.
She's a people lover.
Yeah,
Her story is cool.
Huge loss. It's a bummer. Okay, well, hey, I mean, we're kind of where we're at. Looks like we've kind of run out of questions. We're down to like 9 people. Nothing against. I'm sure you're all great people. But yeah, she genuinely loved her fans. Yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah, it really seemed like it.
That was what I think. That's what people were so drawn to, is that she wasn't fake.
She
was real.
Oh, there we go. Rising Cato. Hi, I just found out I have a DD-214 from when I was in active duty for the year from boot camp. I'm in the reserves now. Is that eligible? So, yeah, possibly.
Because you were activated?
Yeah, possibly so. If you do have a DD-214, if it was 90 days of active service, then you very well might be. I don't know how long you've been in the reserves. Typically, if it's straight time reserves, it's 6 years. You probably know that. But if you've been activated in the reserves as well, same thing. 90 days, and it's treated just as active duty. So.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that one. Because did you go from the reserves? It was almost 2 years active. Yeah. Okay. From school, and now I'm in the reserves. I was going to say you had to have fulfilled your first contract initially. That's what your DD-214. So yeah, you should qualify.
You should qualify.
Yeah.
Yep. We can help you find that out if you'd like. Reach out. We pull COE for you straight through the VA portal. It's no cost.
Super quick.
Yeah. Well, we will, when we get off of here, we're going to work on making ourselves bigger on the screen. Sorry that we're little tiny people. Well, I know it's always more enjoyable if you can actually see us. So we'll work on that. Sounds like we got sound squared away. We got our everything else is working pretty good. So we also have to figure out YouTube and why we're just a black screen there. But we should do.
I thought they said they could see us on YouTube afterwards.
Oh, was it? We'll have to double check. Yeah, definitely. You guys don't forget to like and share if you've enjoyed anything from this live today. Then we don't go live at the same time all the time. So you'll get a little alert when we do. Hey, so and so has invited you to attend their live, and you can jump in easier. If we missed your question, if you think of something after we're gone, you can always DM us here at the site. We do free 15-minute consults. You can access that through the link in our bio. We do, we monitor this stuff all the time, and we do respond. I don't know. Do you have an email address? I mean, we have email. We accept emails.
Yeah, VA Lumbish at VLGteam.com.
Yeah, so we take emails and all that stuff. So let us know. We run a team. We land in all 50 states. We have a team in Puerto Rico. We're the only company I know of that does offer everything VA and then everything else. So any kind of financing that you would need. VA is our passion. Obviously, that's what we educate on and have forever. What we do, we're a full-service lender. So hopefully we can help you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your hump day. Thanks, as always, to Jennifer Anner with the V. Appreciate you guys so much. And, I think we're going live again tomorrow. We're just going to try to
when's tomorrow? Thursday? We have a sales meeting, but after our sales meeting, possibly.
Yeah. Try to keep on hitting them.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah. You guys have
it'll be a little bit later. It's going to be like after 3:30 probably in the afternoon.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Peace out. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
See ya.
Not available.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know.
That was weird.